Good morning, Mr. Cardona. So you're in front of us now. You've picked up an unlawful restraint. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. Your lawyer is asking me to give you a PR bond. However, there's just so many factors at play. I don't know. I guess let's figure out what happened first.
Yes, Judge. The officer met with the complainant utilizing a Spanish translation computer program in the waiting area of the West Side Family Violence Office. The complainant stated that she has been in a relationship with the defendant for approximately 10 years, and they have 3 children together. The complainant stated they were formally never married, but they lived together. The complainant stated that while she was inside the laundry room of their house, the defendant locked her inside and told her that he would find out who she has been seeing and not to give him a reason to kill her. When the complainant tried to leave the laundry room, the defendant pushed her back from the door, and the defendant kept the complainant in this room for approximately 30 minutes. When the defendant finally moved out of her way, he took her cell phone, turned off the lights in the house, and disconnected the Alexa speaker so that she could not call 911.
So there's enough to go forward with the case. He has a prior felony assault, same complaining witness. Let me see. So the person in this case would be a Miss Garcia.
So they're listed as different names,
I see it.
but it says that for the felony, that they're married.
So you don't know.
I'm not 100% sure, Judge.
The problem is compounding this, it looks like you have an immigration detainer. So my fear is that if we give you, I mean, you have a bond that's set now. It's $2,500. And he's taken off on us once.
No. He never took off.
They shipped him off to immigration.
Right. He was up in Conroe.
Okay.
That's why it's not that he wanted to come to court. He just was detained by immigration.
I don't know how we got you back.
I've spoken with his immigration attorney, and I know that there were some things working on with the immigration court where, you know, in order for C to happen, A and B needed to happen, but then, you know, with it being immigration, B can't happen without A, and then, you know, then here A can't happen without B, you know, so it's just, you know, that each way.
We didn't bench warrant him back. We got him back somehow, but my
Yeah.
fear is that you still have an immigration detainer. If I give you a bond, it's very possible they take you back to immigration, and we don't want that to happen. We want you to be able to take care of this case first. So you guys, do you have an offer on this case? Do we know where we're going?
I mean, I think that we're very, very close to it. And
Short reset to see if you can work something?
I mean, could we just put the PR bond in place and then have him come back in a month?
No.
And then if
I'm
not,
not gonna do that because I don't want to lose him. I'm not gonna do that.
all right. I mean, worst case scenario, he's just going back to ICE.
I know, and then we lose him for another 3 to 4 months to 6 months. Or what if, even worse, they deport him. And then,
Right. Well,
God, then that's a humongous, you won't get back.
I do know that he does have a detention hearing, or like they are working on the ICE bond, the immigration bond, and that he does. I know that there is. I talked to his attorney, his immigration attorney, and there is a hearing in the future. They just don't have the date, but he was granted a hearing. It could be
Find out more
with federal. Let me give her a call and see if they have a date yet.
time. There's,
So just sit tight. I'm going to call Sarah.
okay,
Okay.
thanks. Okay. All right, Mr. Cardona, I want you to understand one thing, that I take public safety extremely serious, and I will do everything in my power to protect the public. I don't care that you're out on an immigration bond. I don't care, but I care about our bond, but you need to understand that you being out on an immigration bond better have a halo above your head Because if not, you pick up a new case, you violate conditions, they will yank that PR bond in a moment's notice and you're out $15,000. All the money that whoever has posted up for you to get out on that immigration bond, you pick up a new case, violate conditions, all that money's gone. And I'm going to tell you now, you were extremely lucky to get an immigration bond because I can tell you now, not many people do. And you'll never get another one. You won't. Do you understand? So I am now going to put a monitor on you so I know where you are at all times. Prior to your release, you will get a GPS monitor. You are not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case and not to be in possession of weapons. You're not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I will randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol, illegal drugs, you become a danger to the public, I will yank the bond in a moment's notice. You understand? Make the most of it because you're lucky to even get out. Do you have any questions? Okay, it is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Stoll. He will also tell you when you have to come back to court. If Michael tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, likewise, there goes the bond.
I don't think there's going to be a problem with that. He's got a very, very good support structure in
Well,
place.
to get a
So
$15,000 bond, I would say, yeah, absolutely.
now the other bond condition that we discussed was staying in Harris and the surrounding counties while out on
No
bond.
traveling. You got to stay here. We have to know where you are at all times. You cannot just go traveling, no going to Mexico or no going to this or this. No, got to stay here until everything's wrapped up. Okay,
Okay. I have one question.
shoot.
My ex-wife, she moved out to Atlanta, Georgia with my kids. Sometimes I
You-
visit them.
So
What?
no leaving
Nope.
until this is
Nope.
taken care of.
Like
This
this.
has to be resolved here
Okay.
in this
No.
court before. And there's
I
also.
understand. That's why
With the complaining witness as well.
FaceTime. You can always FaceTime with them. You can always use other means to have contact with them. Don't go there.
That's wrong.
Remember, we have a monitor on you. If you go out, we were going to know. You must also charge the device every single day. If the battery goes dead, so does your bond. You understand? Okay, I'm going to leave the bond at 2501. because I
Thank you,
don't think
that's fine, that's
I mean, he's already paid enough money as it is.
Thank
So
you, Your Honor.
just be good. Don't pick up any new cases and don't have contact and no weapons with the complaining witness. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
All
Your
right,
Honor.
thanks.
All right.
What's that one gentleman that we sent for a drug test earlier? 18-year-old kid? Hmm? Well, I guess let's do this. What is his name? Alexis Ramirez. Good morning, Ms. Ramirez. You know, you can't expect to do things that you have been doing and expect good results, right? You failed to appear 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 32 times. And, you know,
Understandable, sir. That's why I'm here.
right. That's why you're wearing orange.
Yes, sir.
I hope that you understand, and I want you to understand one more thing. We, as a court system, expect for you to make everybody whole. In this case, there was an accident. You're charged with failure to stop and give information where there was an accident. And there's a restitution in the amount of $500. We expect you to pay the restitution. And I'm going to tell you now, if you toy with us, then we will amend conditions, put you in jail, or bring you right back out and expect you to pay restitution. And I'm going to tell you now, I've held on to people 3 years to be able to pay restitution and I have no problems doing it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
What you're doing is you're entering into a deferred adjudication, which is a type of probation that if you successfully complete, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. You give up nearly every right known to man by entering into this agreement, agreeing to the conditions. And if you violate these conditions, you could be put in jail for 180 days. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
As part of the condition, you will pay $500 in restitution. You will do 12 hours of community service. You will also do a driver safety course. And if you complete this, then you will not end up with a conviction on your record. Is this what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
You're giving up,
I believe I already sent him the receipt. I paid the $500 before. Once it's done.
And that's right. I forgot we had confirmed that they do have that on
is it?
file.
Okay, so then we'll take it off in the event that we see that it's paid.
Sorry, I forgot.
No, you're good.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this probation, you cannot undo this or change this.
So,
Now, if you complete it successfully, then like I said, it won't go on your record, and eventually you may even be able to have it sealed so that the general public cannot see this. And I will make you a better deal. If you do well, get everything done quick, I'll take you off quick. And as a reward, if you get everything done, we'll take you off in half the time. So you could be off this thing in 4.5 months if you really kick butt and do well. It's not hard. I mean, if you've paid restitution, all you have to do is just a community service, which can be done in 1 weekend, and the driver safety course.
yes, sir.
That's how you understand it.
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense of failure to stop and give information?
Guilty, sir.
I will not find you guilty. I will withhold that for 9 months. We will give you the opportunity. Now, if you violate this agreement, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. You bring you right back out in orange, and then you're looking at 180 days. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks, Josh. Okay. Do you have a lawyer, sir? Nope, I didn't ask you that. We gave you a court-appointed lawyer last time. Now you're back with a new charge. What are you doing with yourself these days?
Trabajo.
What do you do?
Plomería.
Plumber.
And how much money do you make a month?
Al mes, 2,500.
A month, about 2,500.
Okay, we will give you time.
Vamos a dar tiempo.
Okay. You have to qualify. We don't give court-appointed lawyers like it's candy on Halloween. You have to qualify. And when you make money, then you're expected to, to hire a lawyer. Do you understand? We will give you time. Nope, we will give you time. So what I'll do is I'll have you go to Victoria. We'll have you fill out a reset. There are a gajillion lawyers in Harris County. It's a matter of finding one that fits you. It's like buying a car. When you first buy a car, you don't go to a Ferrari dealership. You don't go to Mercedes-Benz. You go to what you can afford. It is the same thing with lawyers. There are thousands and thousands of lawyers in Harris County. Talk to them. 99% of the lawyers around will put you on a payment plan if you ask. And you can negotiate with them. If they charge you 1,000, if they charge you 2,000, if they charge you 10,000, you can negotiate with them. And 99% of them will put you on a payment plan. Do you understand? Right. But we will give you time. You were young. You were able to work. Do it. If you need to work hard, work hard. 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 10 jobs, whatever. We all work hard. We all need to pull our weight. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
Also on page.
Good morning, Mom.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yes.
So Ms. Smith is charged with evading arrest or detention. She's facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. I don't know what happened in the case. We're going to do probable cause so we know, whether there's enough evidence to go forward. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am. Okay.
On November 3rd, 2024, officers received a flock hit in regard to a stolen vehicle in the area of North Eldridge while on active patrol. The officers serviced the area and located the motor vehicle. The vehicle was observed to be occupied by 3 subjects, one of whom was the defendant, who was observed to be in the front passenger seat.
Is this deja vu?
and the
know?
officer followed the motor vehicle and confirmed the occupied vehicle to be stolen. The officer activated his emergency equipment in an effort to initiate a traffic stop, but the officer observed it to take off and refused to stop. The officer observed the vehicle reach speeds of 66 miles per hour, disregard all signals to stop, and run a red light. When the vehicle eventually stopped, the defendants got out of the vehicle and evaded on foot for approximately 1,000 feet.
It's like I'm hearing double. Did you hear everything that I just said to this young man that was just here?
Yes,
Same thing applies to you. What are you doing with yourself these days, ma'am?
going to school,
Where?
She's doing good too.
Cyclops High School.
She's here with me now. She's got a,
She's getting ready to graduate. She's doing good. She makes good grades. She got some plans after school. She loves to work. She was just, I don't think she was really
let's not
knowledgeable.
talk about the case.
Okay.
If I test you for drugs and alcohol right now, what are you going to test positive for? Exactly. I'm sending you for a test. It stops today. And if I find that you start acting up, if you don't stay in school, if you start hanging around with these people again, I've got one place for you. Do you understand this, Smith?
Yes,
The goal is to make you leave here better than you came in. And I'm going to do everything in my power. And if I see that you start acting a fool in the free world, I will take the free world away. And I don't care if you're kicking and screaming and praying to Jesus, Allah, I don't care. You start acting a fool, there's only one thing that's going to happen. I'm not asking much. The only thing I'm asking you to do is stay clean, graduate, and make something of yourself. Life is hard enough for you as it is. Who you are. Difficult. You now are here with us as a first. Don't make it a career. It's not a good one. Life is about money. And you, as a young Black woman, should never, ever have to rely on anyone else for money or for anything. Because no one is going to give anything to you. If you want something in life, you got to go get it. And you need this and you need this. And it starts now at 17. Do you understand?
yes,
Okay. Same thing with you. I will give you guys a lawyer today. I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test and I'm putting a curfew. Nothing good happens in the middle of the night and you're not allowed to. I want you to stay in school, graduate, and you're not allowed to hang out with the people in this case, the other co-defendants. Do you understand?
yes, sir.
If you ever have any issues, just let me know
Okay.
and we'll try to help you as much and we'll try to take it, no money as well.
Okay.
And I'll give you my card. If you ever need anything, just let us know and we'll help you take care of everything as we can.
I really appreciate you.
For sure. Do you mind giving me this drink, please? Okay, so for now, I'm sending you for a test. You were to come back. If you fail the test, if you don't come back, your bond goes bye-bye. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Vic, please. You see what's up?
Approaching on first, young Miss Smith, who you sent to go get drug tested. She came back
Results
positive,
back?
positive for some marijuana.
Button Smith. Ma'am, come out, Mom. Okay, so
Yeah, because he also has an occupation also that we're also getting the interoperability from the DWI. She's not created and we gotta put in the judge's key and then withdraw the occupation.
Felicia,
Yes, Judge.
what did she test positive for?
THC.
No more? You'll be tested 40 to 43 days from today. If you stop smoking as of today, then you shouldn't test positive again. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
What happens if you test positive again? What happens if you pick up a new case? What happens if you continue to speak with the co-defendants in this case? You know what's expected of you.
Yes, sir.
All we want you to do is be the best person you can be, graduate from high school, and go on to greater things. It's not much, but your life as you grow older gets more difficult. It doesn't get easier. You get older, you may lose hair, You may get bigger. We don't get more beautiful as we age on. Life becomes more difficult. And if you don't make a name for yourself now, then it's all the more difficult. And let me tell you, life without money really, really sucks. It's really hard if you have no money. And most of the people here that get divorced, because they fight about one thing, this. One more thing is that you, as a young Black woman, should never have to depend on a man, because when you do, if that person leaves you, it's not going to go well. You need to be able to fend for yourself. And the way it starts is with an education, because no one can take that away from you. When you become like a doctor, a lawyer, you're always in demand, a nurse. No one can take that away from you. And you can always make good money, and you never have to depend on someone else. That's what your life should be. Never depend on anyone else but yourself. And it starts with an education. And that's what we're going to do with you now. You understand? So I expect you to stay in school, and we're going to check on you repeatedly. So the next time you come here, we're going to drug test you, and I want to know that you're still in school. Is there anything that you need from us?
No, sir. This is enough.
I hope. Who are the co-defendants in this case? Do you have cause numbers so we know?
Your Honor, there's no connected cases for co-defendants.
So we have a UUMV in this case, don't we? The same set of facts? I mean, we don't know who the,
I don't know why. It appears as though no one else was charged besides this.
we have a UUMV. Michael, I don't understand intake, dude. You got to help me understand this, because I mean, who? Or perhaps we're just not seeing it, you know?
Judge, it was just charged as an evade.
Yeah, but she's in a car. It's a stolen car. There's someone else that's driving it. There's another defendant as well in there.
I think it's because the driver was on the phone.
Really? You know, at the end of the day, if they didn't catch the other people, regardless, when you hang with dogs, you get fleas. Don't. Those bad people, they'll bring you down with them, and they don't care. Make something yourself. We're giving you the tools now.
It's the other one is a juvenile, so they may have.
Okay.
Or that might be why.
Okay, all right. Are there any brothers and sisters around as well?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm putting a monitor on you so I know where you are and that you're not out in the middle of the night. Do you understand? I'm
Yes,
giving
sir.
you a curfew. We'll have a monitor on you. If you don't charge it, it goes dead. Don't blame it on me. All right, okay, John D. Thanks.
Have
All
a
right,
seat.
thank you.
Just got it. Just a
Judge,
second.
did you want that to be an and device, or would you like?
GPS, so we know where she is. She's not out in the middle of the night. Waive the fee today.